27 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time on this overcast-looking Wednesday morning. Good morning, Grenada, Carrier, Coupiti, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. Yeah, I'm Gordon Joseph. So happy to be with you as always, giving him thanks and praise, showing gratitude. The mere fact that we were on the wake-up list this morning, we should be thankful for that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As I said earlier, it's overcast on the outside. We will get a comprehensive weather forecast this morning, just around the 7 o'clock thereabout. And so we'll get to know exactly what's happening weather-wise. But in the interim, if you're going to leave home at this time, please walk prepared for some rain, all right? So it's Wednesday. Heavenly Father, thank you for waking us up to see this Wednesday morning. Thank you for your grace, your mercy, and the strength to make it through another day. Lord, guide our steps today and give us wisdom in every decision we make. Help us stay focused, patient, and positive in all that we do. When challenges arise, remind us that you are with us and that we can lean on you for strength. Cover our families, protect our children, and bless the work of our hands. Remove stress, worry, and negativity, and replace it with your peace and favor. Let this Wednesday be productive, peaceful, and filled with purpose. In Jesus' name, amen. Tone, good morning. Whenever I hear Jesus' name, he likes this phrase. Wednesday blessings. The Lord says, I will guide you along the best pathway for your life. I will advise you and watch over you. That's from Psalm 32 and verse 8. May the love, peace, and hope, grace, and blessing of the Lord be beyond the limit be upon you and to your family and friends today and always, in Jesus Christ's mighty name. Amen. Hi, Enzo, good morning to you, bro. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. Good morning to you, Lovey. Hope all is well. Likewise. 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's Wednesday. Yeah. Lauren, good morning. Gratitude is a must, yeah? Trying to get the live up, man.
All my days, I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head down.
Here we go. We've got it. We've got the live, man. Thank God for that. Yeah, we got the live on Facebook and YouTube. So let me see who's here with us this morning. Rita Williams, good morning. Sylvina Charles, Michelle Bernard, Monica Mayrose Williams, Gracelyn Buckmeyer, Mildred Smith is with us. Good morning. Sylvina Charles, Yulin Alexander, Catherine Phillip is with us. Mary E. Banks, right. Jennifer Lawrence. Good morning, Petlin, and also to you, Jennifer Colimo. How are you all doing? Lauren, you're good, right? All those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning. Good morning. Those of you in Canada, good morning. Consulate, Jerry Hopkins. Well, as I call his name, let me say morning one time. Consul Jerry Edwin, you and the family, good morning, bro. How are you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you all are doing well. Noel, my brother out there in Canada, good morning. To you and your wifey. I saw my sister Felicia yesterday. How are you doing, Felicia? I hope you're doing fine. You and the children, all right? Nice. Reminding us all that it is indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way. And the word of the day today, that word is to protect. Protect. P-R-O-T-E-C-T. Protect. And what it means, it simply means to keep safe from harm. Protect. I'm seeing a word there in the sentence that leads me to say good morning to my dear friend Mr. Tyrone Buckmeyer and family. The word protect. To keep safe from harm. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. Mangroves protect the coastline. Yeah, Mr. Buckmeyer is, he's leading a charge to planting mangroves. Good morning to all the members of staff at the Legal Aid and Counseling Clinic. I am so grateful for your interjection in my life, man. At the right time, the right way, yeah. Shane Joseph, out there in Canada, good morning, bro. Mrs. Burke, good morning. It is a good day to have a good day as we wait on the motivational tip which comes up next. So remember to protect your loved ones and your household, your family, your village, and by extension, Grenada. Protect. Keep safe from harm. Yeah. Understand the graduating class of 2003 had a ball of a time yesterday as they reunited, celebrated in fine style. I'm talking of the nurses, right? Yeah. Good morning, Miss Claudette Wells. How are you doing this morning? And Miss Marast. Do not wait for leaders. Do it alone, person to person. Yeah, lead yourself. Lead yourself down the right path. Do not wait for leaders. Do it alone, person to person. Lead yourself. Yeah, that's nice. I like this. That's the motivational tip of the day. Do not wait for leaders, man. Do it alone, person to person. Yep. Brenda Bowler and family, good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? Hope all is well. Yeah. Nobody. Not mommy, not daddy. Not the boss. Not wifey, not huzzy. Nobody but Jesus. 19 minutes on to 7 o'clock. All right, folks, let me tell you up front, due to a technical glitch that we're having, we are unable to bring you the live morning edition of news, so we will be joining the television for a rebroadcast of last evening's television news, right? That will suffice. Yeah. Nobody. Nobody, you'll hear about it.
Nobody but Jesus.
Mohini Joaher, good morning. Dion Winter. Althea Edwards. Sonia Mathlin Scott.
That's why nobody.
Sylvina Charles, good morning. Anne-Marie Ferrer, good morning.
Can take my Jesus.
Joylyn Barry, how are you doing this morning?
I'm telling you, nobody.
Edison teacher Eddie Francis. Hey, Calypsonians, good morning. Start sending the music now. I want to play the music, man.
My Jesus from
Yes, and the Calypsos. We've got one from Rankin Marvin thus far.
rescued me when Satan.
You know, I'm going to play the Calypsos. I'm not into this soca jump up and I don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not my crowd.
But Jesus.
Miss Bowler and family, how are you doing? Brenda Bowler and how is Brian and O'Brien and
On solid ground.
good morning.
Nobody.
Don Lett and family out there in Providence, good morning. The folks inside of Dudma,
The wind to cease and comes.
is everything okay? Hope all is well. Erlin out there in the U.S., good morning.
Nobody but Jesus.
Esther and your dear son, good morning to you this morning as well. Nice.
Solid rock on which I stand. Nobody but him.
It's a good day to have a good day.
Nobody can take.
Now, if by chance you're traveling today, you're, going abroad, have a safe flight, and remember, home is where the heart is, yeah?
Nobody.
Every now and then it's good to take a vacation, you go out, but home is where the heart is.
My Jesus from me.
There are folks who say they must go out to get the opportunities. Well, that might be the case, but home is home. You heard it from the immigration attorney last week.
But leave me with
Yeah. Even if you go out in the aim of having a better life, ensure that you leave a foundation at home, because
but no
you'll have to come back eventually,
can take away my love.
whether it's in a box or in the plane.
Nobody can take away.
Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up shortly. Just reminding you that due to a technical glitch, we are doing a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. We are going to cut it appropriately to ensure we stay within our time parameters. The folks at Care Bears, good morning. Tanti, Marcy, Keisha, Khalil, good morning. Keisha, good morning. Hope you're doing fine. Tanti and Tempe, good morning. Haven't heard you lately. Hope all is well, right?
Who came and died
Folks, the AM edition is up next.
for me? Nobody.
Hello, I'm leaving the house right now. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Life gets hectic. That's why I registered for myaccount.grenleg.com and chose paperless billing. It was simple. I went to the site and clicked sign up. I then tapped find my new account number, typed in my old number without the zeros at the front, and got my new account number instantly. The new account number is also in the app under the Balances tab or at the top of any recent Grenleg bill. I entered my new account number and the total amount due on my most recent bill, then filled out the profile information and subscription sections. They sent me an email to create a password and sign in. And finally, I signed up for paperless billing. And now, everything I need is in one place. Myaccounts.grenleg.com and paperless billing have really brought me peace of mind.
The Ministry of Agriculture's investment of approximately $1 million in pineapple production is taking shape. The investment is set to significantly reduce Grenada's dependence on imported pineapples, as well as to lengthen the availability of the fruit throughout the year. Over 70,000 pineapple plantlets were introduced to local farmers from September 2025, with 48 large-scale farmers cultivating between 1,000 to 1,500 plantlets, while several small-scale farmers had the opportunity to plant quantities of 300 or 500 plantlets. The project also engaged farmers in 15,000 plantains and over 20,000 banana plantlets. 2 nurseries were also established at the
13 minutes on to 7 o'clock. At this time, we endeavor to bring you a rebroadcast of last evening's television news.
Attention Grenada, get ready for the clash of the champions. The Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Game is coming to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium April 25th and 26th. Watch the intense rivalry as the GUT Primary School goes head to head with Huggins Private School in a battle for speed, pride, and bragging rights. This is not just about style, it's about the fastest time. It's about power on the track. It's about glory, honor, and fame. Who will ride? Who will dominate? Who will take home the golden stake of the CLCCU Invitational Games? Don't miss the action. edition, April 25th and 26th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Game, where champions are made.
I'm Ken Roy Batiste with Network News. Thanks for joining us. Global tensions are now impacting the world of sport, forcing a major shift in one of athletics' premier competitions. The 2026 Doha Diamond League meeting has been postponed from May 8 to June 19 amid ongoing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. The decision comes as organizers cite safety concerns following escalating conflict in the region earlier this year. For Grenada, the impact is personal, affecting one of its brightest stars, Anderson Peters. Eugenia Peters tells us more.
The Diamond League season, originally set to begin in Doha, has now been reshuffled, with the opening leg moved to China and Qatar meet delayed to mid-June. Organizers say the new date, along with a venue change to the climate-controlled Khalifa International Stadium, is aimed at ensuring safe and competitive conditions for athletes. But for competitors like Grenada's Anderson Peters, the change means adjusting carefully planned preparations. Speaking during Monday's Beyond the Headlines program, Peters says the postponement has directly impacted his schedule, pushing back the start of his 2026 campaign.
The Diamond League circuit is supposed to start on the 8th of May, but because of the whole situation in the world right now, the war situation, that meet got cancelled. So my season will be starting later in May. I'll be doing a meet in Poland on the 29th. So we're looking forward to what the season produces, given the fact that we've taken a different approach to training and everything.
Still, the Olympic medalist says he remains focused, noting that the delay simply means a later start to his 2026 season.
Because I'm looking forward to this meet every year. This is the meet that I threw my personal best in, 93.07 meters. I became the fifth furthest thrower in history at that meet, so I look forward to that meet every year because it's a chance to break my personal best. It's a chance to break the world record. It's a good stadium, good conditions for javelin throwing, so it's a meet that a lot of javelin throwers look forward to. So having it move because of the situation right now is a bit disappointing, but we have to try and adjust to see how we could do track and field and be safe.
The Doha meeting, now scheduled for June 19th, will serve as the 8th stop on this year's Diamond League circuit, pending conditions in the region. And while uncertainty remains, athletes like Anderson Peters continue to adapt, proving that even amid global challenges, the pursuit of excellence does not pause. For GBN News, I am Eugenia Peters.
This story to report, Grenada is on track to reduce instances of respiratory distress syndrome, a leading cause of newborn mortality, thanks to a donation of 12 CPAP machines. Grenada is the first country in the Eastern Caribbean to benefit from the partnership between Value Global Health Innovators and World Pediatrics. Reporter Deidre Seeley has more details.
Grenada is taking a major step towards reducing infant mortality rates. The country is the beneficiary of 12 infant and newborn CPAP machines, thanks to a partnership among the Ministry of Health, World Pediatrics, and Value Global Health Innovations. The donation of Value Bubble CPAP systems, valued at US $11,148, was officially handed over at a ceremony on Tuesday. According to Dr. Josanne Braffett, a neonatologist in the Department of Pediatrics at the General Hospital, in 2020, around 2.4 million newborns died worldwide, many of them due to respiratory distress syndrome. CPAP, or continuous positive airway pressure machines, help keep the airways open and are part of an effective treatment protocol. With this donation, the treatment can be expanded beyond the General Hospital.
With having more of these machines available, it's possible to start CPAP even earlier. So as soon as they're born, it is possible now, or it will be possible now to start that CPAP early. So early CPAP use is proven to improve outcomes. It means also that we can start using bubble CPAP in our outreach hospitals. So babies who happen to be born at Princess Alice or Princess Royal will now have this technology available to them, of course, after we've done the teaching, etc., in those outreach hospitals.
The donation represents both long-standing and new partnerships. Grenada has benefited from World Pediatrics donations, training, and medical missions since 2007. More recently, Grenada became the 51st country to partner with Value Global Health Innovations, which develops accessible innovations to address newborn and child health challenges worldwide. CEO of Value Global Health Innovations, Dr. Thomas Burke, and World Pediatrics Eastern Caribbean Neonatal Director, Harper Lorenki, described the impact of the partnership.
What we are able to do together here in Grenada is really a showcase for what we can do elsewhere. So I think every baby that you take care of here and that we work together in bringing forth into a life with a greater hope and dignity is actually a showcase and a spotlight to show other people in other islands what's possible.
The impact of these partnerships, such as the one that we're highlighting today with you all and with Value, is tangible: stronger neonatal units, more confident providers, and ultimately more babies that go home healthy and happy with their families.
In his remarks, Minister for Health Philip Telesford described newborn mortality as devastating to families and communities, adding that such incidents also serve as an important indicator of the success of health and social systems. As the first island to benefit from a partnership between Value and World Pediatrics, Grenada serves as the launchpad for this initiative in the region.
This, by all means, represents regional leadership and confidence that you're placing in us to carry, and it's positive for our general hospital as we continue to model care in this region.
Starting on Wednesday, medical practitioners will participate in training workshops to ensure effective use of the equipment. Deidre Seeley, GBN News.
On Monday afternoon, there was a live demonstration on the proper use of safety gear for fisherfolk in the parish of St. David as part of ongoing efforts to improve safety standards within the fishing community. The initiative also marks the start of Safety at Sea Month 2026. Christina John reports.
The activity also included the distribution of safety kits to fishermen who recently completed safety at sea training, equipping them with essential tools for emergencies while out on the water. Fisheries Project Coordinator with Windruff, Roland Baldio, explained that the initiative, which marks the start of Safety at Sea Month, will extend to fishing communities across the island, with a focus on educating fishers, their families, and the wider public on critical safety practices.
What we are displaying is all the safety items that fishermen should carry. There are different categories of vessels, and each category has a sort of safety items that they should be carrying, and we are displaying them and, sensitizing the fishers of the importance to carry their safety items. And so we have just conducted safety at sea training, and what we are doing now is just
Baldio also emphasized the importance of consistently carrying safety equipment when going out to sea, noting that proper preparation can save lives in emergency situations.
Very important, because if you look at the statistics over the past, let's say 30 years, we have lost a number of fishermen at sea. Okay, and we have issues all the times where fishermen they are in distress, and sometimes they don't have the required safety items that could really help them to get back to shore. And it's important that they have it. So what we are doing now is to highlight and demonstrate those items to the fishermen, and ensuring that they carry those items with them.
Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell promised to continue supporting the efforts to ensure St. David become one of the most vibrant fishing communities on the island.
The fishermen take it seriously and use it, as Mr. Baldio pointed out. Simple things like your life vests could be critical in saving lives at sea. So we really want to ensure that as you go out and you engage in a dangerous but important economic activity, that you take your safety and the safety of the companions at the boat, and obviously your loved ones, because that's the critical thing we have to factor in. We don't want any loved ones to have to suffer the consequences of you not coming back, that you take this seriously.
Tricia Etienne, coordinator of the St. David Fishers, says they are grateful to have received such support in the parish.
And it is really a milestone for us, as we would not have been involved in much of the activities nationally for fishermen. However, since 2024, we have made a significant impact in trying to achieve the stuff that fishermen need to support them. For example, we have been hosting a lot of workshops and seminar sessions to improve our fishermen, their mindset, and to give them the opportunity to be part of national activities.
More than 140 fishers have recently received safety at sea gears as part of the program. The initiative represents an investment of $1.7 million by the government of Grenada through the UBEC project, reinforcing its commitment to the safety and well-being of those in the fishing industry. Christina John, GBN News.
Other news, a Laborie resident is speaking out about his ongoing struggle to access his property due to a neighbor's alleged action. Shania McIntosh has more details.
A resident of Laborie St. George's says he is having trouble getting to his property because his neighbor keeps blocking the entrance with a parked vehicle. 93-year-old Whitfield Hall claims that his neighbor, who is from St. Vincent, often parks at the entrance to his home. Hall says this makes it hard for him to come and go, even after he has tried to talk to his neighbor about the problem. Hall explained that the issue is especially difficult when he needs to bring materials from different companies to his house, as the blocked entrance makes deliveries hard.
Even now, you see what happening? How some material here, watch where the car park. Okay? And this was going on for years. I complained to the police many times. There's nothing I could do. I don't like ignorance.
When GBN visited the area, Hall showed documents that he says proves he owns the property and should have clear access. While the news team was there, the neighbor moved the vehicle but did not want to comment on the disputes. GBN reached out to the Royal Grenada Police Force and was informed that Hall had reported the matter and that action is being taken. Reporting for GBN News, Shania McIntosh.
This is Network News. We're live from the Grenadian capital. Still.
After 7 o'clock, at this time we join forecaster Andre Charles at the forecast desk at the MBIA for this morning's weather forecast. Good morning, Andre. Andre, good morning. Okay, I think we need to do this over. Let's try this again. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning to you.
All right, welcome.
Thank you, and good morning to listeners of the general public. And here's the weather for today, Wednesday, the 15th of April, 2026. Currently, it's cloudy with some showers in the vicinity. Winds are from the east at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 11.7 millibars. That's below normal and rising. Present temperature 27.2 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 81%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 29.9 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum 24.9 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 5.1 millimeter of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month to 15.5 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast valid for today and tonight. Today we expect some generally cloudy conditions at first and windy, with brief isolated morning showers. Becoming partly cloudy as the day progresses, with some isolated nighttime showers. Maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in open waters. Tides below at 8:45 a.m. and high at 2:30 p.m. Sunsets today at 5:19, rises tomorrow at 5:54. Just a repeat of the forecast, valid for the day and tonight. cloudy at first and windy with brief isolated morning showers, becoming partly cloudy as the day progresses with nighttime isolated showers. Maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. I'm Andre Child, reporting from the office. Thank you.
Andre, again, I want to ask, I didn't know if it's just positive energies that's forcing me to ask this question, but when I look at the atmospheric conditions, it seems like the rainy season is upon us.
We're observing as well. So far, we've seen the rain is very frequent for the past 2 weeks. So we're keeping our eyes on, see what's happening, but officially, it has not started as yet, but we are seeing that atmosphere very, very moist, and we indeed getting the rain, which is good.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Thank you, Andre. Have a great day. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Something big is coming. On April 10th, freedom takes center stage. Are you ready to live free? It all begins April 10th.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your...
And folks, it's 5 minutes after 7 o'clock, and that has been the morning's edition, revised version, a repeat of last evening's television news. But on behalf of all those who made it possible this morning, graphics and the team from Hot 98 FM, thank you for sharing your time with us. And we look forward to a luncheon and primetime newscast where we'll keep you more informed with more up-to-date events and activities. I'm Gordon Joseph. Thank you for being with us this morning. Have a good day.
Attention Grenada, get ready for the Clash of the Champions. The Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Game is coming to the Grenada James Athletic Stadium April 25th and 26th. Watch the intense rivalry as the GUT Primary School goes head-to-head with Huggins Private School in a battle for speed, pride, and bragging rights. This is not just about style, it's about the fastest time. It's about power on the track. It's about glory, honor, and fame. Who will rise? Who will dominate? Who will take home the golden stake of the CLCCU Invitational Games? Don't miss the action. April 25th and 26th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Game, where champions are made.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you. With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
Across our Caribbean, we're going digital, working smarter and living safer online.
In Dominica, we don't fall for fake prizes. We check before we click.
In Grenada, we verify before we share, keeping our hard-earned money safe from hackers.
In St. Lucia, we report cyberbullying, protecting our children and each other.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we report scams fast, protecting our neighbors and our communities.
Together, we're building a cyber-smart Caribbean, keeping our people and our data safe, standing up to scams and cybercrime. We stay connected, but always alert. This message is brought to you by the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project. Stay smart, stay safe. Think Card TP. Visit cardtpconnect.org.
Right Choice Promotion presents Lyrics and Laughter, the ultimate pre-Mother's Day show. It's coming to the Grenada Trade Center on Sunday, May the 3rd from 5 p.m. Get ready for an evening of non-stop comedy, sweet Caribbean vibes, and pure entertainment. From Trinidad and Tobago, the funniest man in the region, Errol Fabian.
He said not even my shoes, I said no.
Humorous Calypsonians, Trinidad Rio.
Going back to basics.
And the Calypso princess herself, Kareen Ashton. From the Spice Isle, 2 decades of legend, Randy Isaac, Little Reds, plus local comedy king, Robert White, Dillian Walters, Fat Man George, and Kareem Alexis. Delivering lyrical mastery, 11-time Calypso Monarch scholar. All backed by the Heatwave Band, with special musical treats from Lyndon Langdon on sax and Jaleli Moses on violin. It's lyrics, it's laughter, it's music, it's vibes. Tickets just $75. Available now at gotofed.com and other outlets island-wide. Treat mom, treat your partner, treat yourself. Lyrics and laughter. Sunday, May the 3rd, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Don't miss it.
It's now 10 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time I am joining Sergeant Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. A rainy morning it is, Sarge.
Indeed, it's a rainy morning, and a pleasant morning to everyone listening to the sound of my voice, especially our drivers, pedestrians, and anyone using the road network at this time. It is a pleasure to let persons know what is happening as it relates to traffic in the entire island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique at this moment. So we're going to dive right into the traffic reports and let persons be aware of what is happening. So far, most of the areas in the island state of Grenada, including Carriacou and Petite Martinique, we do have a moderate, in most of the areas, a light to moderate flow of traffic. But however, we do have some footage, so those persons who are viewing via the television, you can follow along with us as you definitely observe, and you can also let persons know what is happening to those that you can reach. So we started in the area of Grand Dance, and we've seen that that area have a moderate flow of traffic. It is not that light, but it's moderately flowing in most of the areas. As we had a look at the area of the Tantin, Grenada James, Paddock area, these traffic there are moderately flowing. We do not have any obstruction in that particular area this morning. As we take a closer look at traffic on the Lotus Lane area, nicely flowing, moderately flowing as well. But however, we start seeing here that traffic already started building in the area of the Lucas Street roundabout coming from the St. Paul's direction, one of the areas where we definitely have challenges on morning times for persons coming up from that direction. So already we start seeing that build up in that traffic along the so persons for the end this morning. Street, and we see here street is moderate flowing, no obstruction in that particular time. Obstruction at this time. So it's a plus for drivers. Traveling from is one of the most easy routes on a morning time, especially in the town of St. George and some other towns to be particular. So definitely we head on over to the western side of the island to observe traffic coming out from the western corridor. So we see here that even we do have traffic on the western side. So that is a plus for and plus for portion. So we see traffic as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. So persons viewing can also see what is happening. So definitely for the sure over to traffic coming out and so persons can be aware of traffic coming out from the Grenada direction. So we're seeing here that the western corridor, the traffic was flowing nicely there. Traffic flowed nicely along the Lucas Street Public Road, coming out from that area, Old Fort, Cemetery Hill. That traffic was flowing with the exception of traffic flowing out from the St. Paul's to the Lucas Street roundabout direction. So persons, please be mindful of that here. As we take a look at the area of Tempe, we're seeing here that we start seeing any some movement from that direction. It is not that alarming as yet, but it has the potential to build that there's traffic coming out from the Grenada direction. So persons, please be mindful that if you're coming out from that side as well, you know what to expect. We know once there is roundabout in most of the areas, we do have a build-up in traffic there. So we saw most of the areas. We saw the Botanical Garden roundabout. We saw the Lucas Street roundabout, which have an increased flow of traffic already. We saw traffic from the Western Corridor coming out from the Queen's Park Public Road, Cherry Hill. We saw here from Grenada direction, and we see it's moderately flowing with the potential to be heavy in most of those areas. So persons, be mindful that if you're coming out from these areas, pay particular attention as to the volume of traffic already on that road and how it can potentially affect you as you come into the town of St. George, or if you're heading down to Grandlands via any one of those routes. So please pay particular attention, and the persons can continue viewing while they observe along GBN TV as well. So we're going to definitely take a look at the accident state for the past 24 hours. And the accident state is reported. We do have a total of 6 minor accidents reported for the past 24 hours. And they are as follows. The traffic department reported 3 minor accidents. 3 minor accidents. St. Paul's 1, South St. George, and Grenada followed also with 1 minor accident for the past 24 hours, giving us that total of 6 minor accidents. And as I've normally report, as I always say, 1 accident is too many on our roads. But however, the trajectory that we've been having for the past few days, it is one that remained in that particular area, with the most being 8 for the past few days. So I'm liking that trajectory, and I trust that it can decrease and continue to decrease as we proceed along upcoming days. So drivers, it is your responsibility to drive safe and to make sure that you reach your destination safely. And so let us be cautious. As we said, it's a wet morning, so we do expect drivers to drive with a little bit of extra care and caution along the nation's road, as there may be unseen potholes and a lot of dangers that we may not be able to see. And remember, make sure wiper blades are properly working before you leave home. If you can change them, if it's not working properly, please do so, that especially persons coming out from the Grenada direction, where we do have a lot of fog in that area. I just wanted to start a little on something that we've been observing this morning, where persons are parking on roundabouts, and it is a serious problem to have persons parking on immediately in the area of roundabout. It is extremely dangerous. First, it disrupts the intended constant flow of traffic, and the severity of it impairs visibility for all road users, even pedestrians who may attempt to, although it's not one of the safest places to cross, but we know what happens in our child and state of Grenada. We do have especially for the Tantin roundabout, where pedestrians normally traverse in that area. And the dangers associated with it as well, especially for emergency vehicles. And we spoke a lot about visibility is being impaired as it relates to that. And it also caused serious obstruction to the regular flow of traffic. So persons, please refrain from parking around about. And also we start seeing the trend again, and I believe that the traffic department would definitely have to take some serious drastic measures as it relates to prohibited parking and causing obstructions on our major roads. From the time you deal with one area, another area merges. So drivers, please be mindful and take note that the traffic department will do what is necessary to ensure that we deal with unnecessary obstruction, prohibited parking, and all the traffic offenses that is associated with the same. As we dive right back into traffic, we do not have any major funerals today, so persons can please take note of that as well. No major funerals, or no funerals at all, but we do expect one cruise ship in our port with a capacity of 1,900 passengers in our island today. So the town of St. George and most of our tourist hotspots will be a bit busy this today and throughout the day. So drivers, we urge you again to be extremely cautious as we drive along the road. But we dive right back into what is happening as it relates to traffic, and we're seeing here as we take a closer look at the Springs area. Traffic is moderately flowing in that area. We see a slight increase in the volume as we just that 1 or 2 minutes that we just change our focus. So we're seeing here that we do expect that as we get closer to 8 o'clock hour, we do have expect to have a heavier traffic flow in all of the areas reported this morning. And Calivini already starts seeing that heavy flow of traffic as well. So we saw most of the areas here, such as Calivini, Lucas Street, roundabout area traffic already started building. We saw the potential in traffic coming out from the Grenada direction. So if you're coming out from that side, please take note. So the question we normally would tell persons, if you have not left home as yet, please do so that you can avoid the traffic rush as we head on. But definitely traffic department will have persons in the choke points areas to assist, especially in the town and other areas that are a little out of the town, such as Defu, you have Reno, we have all these other places where officers will be detailed to assist in regulating the traffic so that it will be a little bit easier. And remember, we're said to be a little bit easier, but not to decreasing congestion. So drivers, again, we urge you to drive safely along our nation's road. And that is all that we have for persons this morning. Anything from you?
Just continue to, implore on our drivers and our road users in general that we ought to be careful and be watchful in what we're doing, whether we're walking as a pedestrian or we're driving. All right, it's important that we be particularly concerned with what we do on our nation's roads, and especially today where traction will be less because of the weather that we have. We expect our people to be more cautious. But once again, thank you very much for a very comprehensive report this morning.
Thank you very much, and it's always a pleasure letting persons know what is happening in the trial and state of Grenada as it relates to traffic.
Thank you, Sarge. Thank you, Sarge. Have a great day. And that has been the traffic report. Folks, stay with us. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got Ariza's MoneyWise program. We'll be joined by the Deputy Registrar at Kaipo, Ms. Jerisa Rodney. Stick and stay with us. We'll be back after these. Don't you go anywhere.
You've arrived in paradise. You felt the rhythm. Now let's make sure you say it right.
My name is Florian. I'm from the beautiful Aida Perla cruise ship. So today, like we Germans say, we are in Grenada. But I heard in English it's called Grenada. Say it right. Grenada.
Say it right.
Grenada.
That's right.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
What if growing your savings came with more flexibility and more rewards? Introducing the Ariza Advantage account from Ariza Credit Union. Earn 3.5% interest per year with a minimum first deposit of just EC $10,000. Enjoy a 5-year fixed term, unlimited deposits, no monthly fees, and added loan security. Plus exclusive Advantage member privileges, priority services, special offers, and more. Get the Ariza Advantage. This is the Ariza Promise. Better value, better service, members first. Visit arizacu.com or call us today. What if growing your savings came with more flexibility and more rewards? Introducing the Ariza Advantage account from Ariza Credit Union. Earn 3.5% interest per year with a minimum first deposit of just EC $10,000. Enjoy a 5-year fixed term, unlimited deposits, no monthly fees, and added loan security. Plus exclusive Advantage member privileges, priority services, special offers, and more. Get the Ariza Advantage. This is the Ariza Promise. Better value, better service, members first. Visit arizacu.com or call us today.
The Presentation Brothers College and the St. Joseph's Convent St. George's Choirs presents Voices Lifted in Hope.
Everybody shouting.
An uplifting, inspiring experience featuring the joint choir for the first time in youthful exuberance, along with students from other secondary schools across Grenada. Join us on April 18th at the Grenada Trade Center, starting from 7 p.m.
Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the conversation, the first leg of the conversation this morning, and it's Ariza's MoneyWise segment. And this morning, I'm joined by a beautiful young lady who I happen to know rather well. We lived in the same vicinity before, but this morning she's representing Ariza, but she's also the deputy registrar at Kaipo. Her name is Jerisa Rodney. Good morning, Miss Rodney.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, the pleasure is always ours to have people like you on our program, you know. All right, so is everything okay?
Yes, everything is fine. Thank you.
Good, nice. We have this thing that we do on Wednesday mornings with Ariza, and as a matter of fact, I think Aurelian would attest to that. I said to her, I said, you need to have Kaipo on my program.
Yes.
She said that.
I heard that program, yes.
Oh, where I said, okay,
yes.
Good, lovely, lovely. And here you are today, because I think it's important that the trajectory that we are taking as a nation now, we see a lot of emphasis is being placed on the creatives and small and medium-sized businesses, and people are more conscious now about intellectual property rights and everything. So before we get into the program, into the meat of the program, CAIPO, it's the acronym for Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property Office.
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
So from CAIPO's perspective, what do you do?
Well, CAIPO's perspective, it's a very vast operation that goes on at CAIPO. So we are responsible for registration of business names, incorporation of companies, keeping records of all the companies in Grenada. We are also responsible for registration of intellectual property such as trademarks, as well as just the protection and overall compliance of companies and so forth. So it's a vast operation that goes on at CAIPO beyond what people usually think it's just business names.
Right. We're hearing a lot nowadays about intellectual property and intellectual property and intellectual property. What would you term intellectual property?
Well, in simple terms, intellectual property would refer to, the protection of the creation of one's mind. So your unique ideas, it encompasses copyright, trademarks, patents, unique ideas that one would come up with. That would be your intellectual property. And since it's your intellectual property, you would have rights to that. So that is what you refer to as intellectual property rights. So these ideas of your mind, they can be protected. For example, a trademark can be registered and you would protect your idea, basically.
But what if somebody has the same idea?
Well, that goes down to the registration process, and upon examination, if there are any objections, if you think it's too similar and along those lines, yes.
I say that because there's a kind of conflict, not a conflict, but there were some concerns. I had an idea for a particular program, and then perhaps I see the program, the same idea being executed, and I said, well, that's my... And someone said to me, yours weren't novel.
Exactly. So it has to be novel, yours has to be unique, and it also depends on timing as well. Since they would have registered it before you would have lost out on the opportunity for its novelty. So it's no longer unique here.
Lovely. All right, so now that we've broken the ice, now CAIPO is responsible for business registration and so forth. All right. What is required? Someone has an idea for a business and they taken your advice and wants to register it. What is the process for registration?
Okay, the process is fairly simple. So you would collect a form from our office, that's at Mount Welldale. Once you collect that form, you would reproduce the form in duplicate, attach a copy of your ID, preferably passport, driver's license, or your national ID. We do not take an NIS IDs. So once you
don't take NIS?
No.
Okay.
It's just an issue with there's no expiration. So we prefer to use our national IDs. So once you file that, you would file it with $25, and the process usually takes about 2 to 3 business days, unless there's some extenuating circumstance. It's usually 2 to 3 business days. You would be issued a business registration name certificate, and you would collect your certificate at our office as well.
Okay. So for someone looking to start up a business, right? Is it wrong to not register your business? We see a lot of businesses popping up here, there, and everywhere. And sometimes I wonder if these people know that they're actually into what could be a lucrative business venture. For example, I have a good friend, I wouldn't say where, but I see her start barbecuing by the road now. And she's in a hot spot, what we could call a hot spot. So there is the possibility for good economic generation there.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, I say, boy, what if she realized what she's doing there, boy? I wonder if she's registered. So how important it is to register?
I would say it's very important to register your business. While we have some businesses that carry on first and then they become registered after, I believe in ensuring the legality of your business and to ensure that your name is protected as a business and so forth. It's best to register first. Also, if you intend to generate large income, you would need a bank account. You must register your business to open a bank account. So it's very important that you register your business. It's a fairly simple process, so I believe that business owners should make that first step in registering the business.
And in addition to that, one of the other importance of registering your business is that ever so often government or international agencies and so forth usually have some sort of funding or grants and so forth. And in order for you to take advantage of this,
exactly,
they must have a footprint.
Yes, so in order to work with government, for example, you may receive a grant or you may just be a vendor for the government. No, you would have to register your business because the government is trying with not the government is trying, but with the new system, you have to be a registered business to carry on business with the government. So it's best that you register your business, just to go the legal route and ensure that you are not hindering the success of your business in the long run, in case you want investors or assistance from the government.
And also for tax purposes.
For tax purposes as well. In order to get a tax ID number, you must have your business registered.
Good. Yeah, that is so correct, because even from the creatives' perspective, there are grants that are available for persons involved in the creative industry, but in order for you to access them, you must be registered. Yes. You must have an NIS number, exactly, and so forth. So all these are basically geared to getting people to recognize that it's no longer business as usual. There's a right and proper way to do it. And once you're involved in economic activity, you should
register your business. Yes.
Nice. I said it right.
Yes.
Yes, I said it right. Now, so could you briefly explain the company's incorporation process and what is really required to successfully complete that process?
Okay, so the company's registration process slightly differs from the business. It's also governed by our Companies Act. So firstly, you would need to do a name search and reservation to ensure that the name is available that you want for your company. So that form can be collected from our office as well, and it's $10 to file that. It takes 2 to 3 business days to search the system and approve your name. So once your name has been approved, you will attach the approved name reservation form with your documents for incorporation. So your incorporation documents would include your articles of incorporation, your notice of directors signed by all your directors, as well as your notice of address. It's best that persons looking to incorporate a company seek legal advice first, just to ensure that you are on the right path, you have everything in place, and you fully understand you fully grasp the concept of incorporating your company and what it would entail. Okay. Because it's harder to run a company rather than run a business. It can be said, because you have directors and so forth. So it's advised that you seek legal advice first.
Okay.
Yes.
So having said that, what would you say is the difference in the registration process for a business registration and a company's registration?
Okay, so it slightly differs in terms of the process. First, you must get your name reserved. However, with the business, we would just search it in the system before you don't have to do a full name reservation. Also, you would need to ensure you have an address for your company, you have your directors appointed, you need to ensure that you have bylaws in place, so forth, for your company. So it's a longer process for the company.
Okay.
As well as drafting the documents, because the documents are very different.
And from Kaipo's perspective, in recent times, there has been a big thrust to sensitizing and stimulating our creative minds. A lot of energies, a lot of resources have been placed into the creative industry, setting up of a desk and a lot of workshops and seminars, yes, and so forth. Are you, from Kaipo's end, happy and satisfied? Because you're traversing Grenada, you're seeing things happening. Are you satisfied that activities that are taking place out there and how it reflects on your registration of businesses in office? You're satisfied that they're compatible? And I say that the businesses are registered?
I would say just a bit more can be done, because a lot of businesses, while we see them up and running, they are not registered. So I feel like more sensitivity should be brought to the general public in terms of, getting your business registered, what are the steps. So I feel like more can be done to bridge the gap between public awareness and what is done at Kaipo. So we are currently in the process, of doing that. Because, once your business is registered, like we initially said, you ensure that you're on the legal men, you are doing what needs to be done, and you can get assistance from the government and so forth. So more awareness can be brought to the general public.
Are there any punitive measures if you see a business that is operating and from KIPO's records you know that it is not registered? Can you take steps towards that?
Well, we can't do any punitive measures, but in terms of if you are generating income and then you're not paying tax, then that would be an issue, and to pay tax you must be registered. So, but on our end we can't do any punitive measures if we see a business and don't know it's not registered.
Does KIPO in any way work along with the GIDC as it relates to registration and so forth? Because a couple of years back I know that I registered a business name and it was done through GIDC. So do you all work collaboratively or so?
No, we don't work collaboratively, but GIDC usually does business registration and company incorporations for persons. So they come in just like a normal patron would come in, a normal person would come in and file, but we don't collaboratively work along with them per se.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. They're sort of like a broker kind of thing?
Yes, sort of like that.
Okay. All right. Well, as we do the wrap now, we know that World IP Day or Intellectual Property Day is coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. So from KIPO's and why is intellectual property important for business owners, and how can they begin protecting their ideas?
So intellectual property is very important for business owners. You would like to protect your unique idea. Your business idea is novel and it's unique. Your name, you took time to come up with your name, you took time to come up with your logo. So it is critical that you protect your logo from being stolen, you protect your novel name. So that can be done through registration of a trademark. We register trademarks at our office, so you can register your name, your logo. Once you visit your office, you can get more information as to what is best to protect your business.
Let me ask this, that just popped. I register a business name, a business, a logo, and everything here in Grenada. And then I go to Barbados and I realize there's an identical registration business registered and so forth. What can we do with this? Is there any conflict from a regional perspective?
From a regional perspective, there isn't much of a conflict in terms of the business registration, because the business is registered in Grenada and it's Barbados would be a different business that's registered. But in terms of trademark, let's say you trademark the business name, it's also registered only in Grenada. So there isn't much of a conflict regionally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone is soliciting some information here. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Innocent. I would like your guest to give us a little bit of information if I want to form an NGO. What would be the process? And additionally, I heard she talk about not accepting the NIS because it is not a national ID. There is no national ID in Grenada, so for what I know,
what she said is she did not say that it's not a national ID. She said there is no expiration date on it.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. But I need the information on the NGO. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Certainly, thank you, caller. For an NGO, you would go through a similar process to a company incorporation because it's a non-profit company. But firstly, you would complete your name search and reservation. Then you would also complete your additional documents. So that's your articles of incorporation, your notice of directors, as well as your notice of address. You can also prepare your bylaws as well. You would file those with a cover letter to the Attorney General's chambers. You must get approval from the Attorney General's chambers before you file with us. So you must get their approval to incorporate that company. Once you get their approval, you would attach the approval letter to your documents and file them at KIPO. So the cost of a non-profit company, it's $100 to register, whereas the cost of a profit company to be registered is $600.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, Miss Rodney.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. You've been very informative. You have this thing compacted in the brain. It flowed just like,
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me, and thank you to the viewers for tuning in. I hope the information was insightful. If you have any questions, you can also feel free to give Kaipo a call.
Yeah, and having said that, your location again?
Our location is Mount Welldale, Upper Lucas Street, so that's the gap by Parliament.
That's
up
right
there.
there.
Yeah, that's right there.
Okay, so
yes.
through from here.
Yes.
Contact numbers.
So 440-2030, and then you would follow, there's a prompt, you would follow that prompt.
Okay. All right. Again, Ms. Rodney, thank you very much for representing on behalf of Kaipo through Arise as MoneyWise program. You've been very informative, and we look forward to future engagements.
Certainly, and thank you for having me. I do hope you have a wonderful day, and to the viewers, have a wonderful day as well. Thank you.
Thanks. Folks, we take a quick commercial break. That has been Arise as MoneyWise program. Speaking there with Ms. Jerisa Rodney, the Deputy Registrar at Kaipo. We take a quick break. When we come back, we've got the culinary team from the TAMCC. We'll be back after this. Don't you go anywhere.
Today's edition of MoneyWise was made possible by Arise Credit Union.
What if growing your savings came with more flexibility and more rewards? Introducing the Ariza Advantage account from Ariza Credit Union. Earn 3.5% interest per year with a minimum first deposit of just EC $10,000. Enjoy a 5-year fixed term, unlimited deposits, no monthly fees, and added loan security. Plus exclusive Advantage member privileges, priority services, special offers, and more. Get the Ariza Advantage. This is the Ariza promise. Better value, better service, members first. Visit arizacu.com or call us today.
The amendments to the existing Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act shall allow for the decriminalization of cannabis in Grenada. It permits the possession of up to 56 grams of cannabis and 15 grams of resin for individuals aged 21 and older.
The amendment allows for the growth of up to 4 cannabis plants per household for medicinal, therapeutic, or horticultural purposes. The amendment provides a legal framework for the Rastafari use and cultivation of cannabis as a sacrament in registered places of worship and at exempt events.
Amendments to the Drug Abuse Act also mandates the expungement of past criminal records and the immediate discontinuance of pending court cases for minor cannabis offenses.
The amendment replaces criminal charges for those aged 18 to 20 with mandatory rehabilitation and counseling, ensuring no criminal record is created for young adults. Amendments to the Drug Abuse Act centers on the decriminalization of cannabis and not full legalization.
For more information, kindly contact the Cannabis Secretariat at cannabiscommission@gov.gd. The Cannabis Secretariat, guiding responsible cannabis use and awareness.
David! Bless done, no! It's been a while, and now we're back in a big way! How big? We're talking $40,000 in cash money bingo big! And it's all going down Saturday, April 18th, inside Mall Mount Plainfield. Get your tickets now, only $35 for one, or $60 for two. Make it a date, Mall Mount Plainfield, Saturday, April 18th, St. David's, we're back! Bless done, no!
Grenada to the world.
The Presentation Brothers College and the St. Joseph's Convent St. George's Choirs presents Voices Lifted in Hope.
Everybody shout it.
An uplifting, inspiring experience featuring the joint choir for the first time in youthful exuberance, along with students from other secondary schools across Grenada. Join us on April 18th at the Grenada Trade Center, starting from 7 p.m. Adults pay $40, students pay $20, and VIP for $80. Voices Lifted in Hope. Come out and support the nation's youth as they showcase their talent. April 18th at the Grenada Trade Center. Do not miss this.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day, oh.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 11 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and as I told you, I've got with me a team of youngsters, well, young lady and young gentleman from TAMCC. I know the lady right next to me. She was a boss at GBN's Oil Down Fest, and they only one, isn't it? Yeah. All right. And she brought some of her friends with her this morning. She's so winning that But they've got a very big event coming up. Lady and gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So what's your special occasion? We have a World Cuisine Day coming up.
International Cuisine, yes.
Wow. Tell us about it.
So International Cuisine is a cultural food expo where we feature different countries from around the world. We make dishes and people from the public come in to purchase and stuff like that. So
okay. And where will that event be held?
In the hospitality hall across on Old Trafford. Yeah.
Right. Now, it has been brought to my attention that you all are not necessarily all under the culinary arts department. Yeah. So you're from culinary arts. Yeah. Youngster, what's your name, please?
My name is Joshua Evelyn.
You sound like a future lawyer.
Thank you.
Yeah. You take that?
Maybe, maybe not. We go see.
A guy brave, you know. Tell us, what department are you in?
I am under the Computer and Electronics department, and I study IT.
Okay. Yeah. What's your future goal? What's your career path?
Career path, GRC analyst, cybersecurity GRC analyst, governance, risk and compliance.
Ah, why that though?
Well, as the world is progressing and so on, there's a ever-evolving need for security. And in that, I view that cybersecurity is where it's lacking in the Caribbean mostly, and even in the world. There's more need for these kind of persons to implement new policies and so on to ensure that we stay secure online.
How many people in your course?
In my course, we have 30 persons in IT, CST, and ELS. That will be computer and electronics. That's around 15.
So we have a future Silicon Valley coming in Grenada. Yeah. All right. So that's good, right? And your name, youngster?
Javid Brizan.
You look like a Brizan.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And you're into what department?
Under building construction. So I do building construction technology that focuses on like drafting and stuff. And I look towards becoming going into architectural design and all that. Mostly because I think I can make a difference in infrastructure and how it's designed in the country.
Yeah.
So there's about 33 of us, so which is a surprising amount, and it's pretty fun.
This gentleman who is not on the set, this is one of your tutors?
That is my chairman, so he's the chair of my department.
Okay.
I just know him.
I know he's very proud of you all. He is very proud, aren't you? Yes, he is. He is, because I'm aged. I'm not old. I'm aged, right? Old things they throw away. I'm aged. And when I look back, I can see myself in my hammock or rocking chair and looking at you all doing well. She's going to have her own restaurant, special high-end restaurant, and it?
Yes.
Right? He's going to have a cybersecurity firm, and he's going to have his engineering company that is going to ensure that our design and structure, architectural structures and so forth are well taken off. So our future is safe. Yeah, so this event that is coming up, tell us some more about it. How does it integrate all the departments?
Well, these two events is a combination of everything that we have learned over the past 2 years, so from year 1 into year 2, and this signifies our last major project in what we do. So for culinary and so on, they will be cooking and setting out food. For us, we have a number of different projects using our various skills in the various subjects that we have.
Okay. Wow. So this is a sort of culmination of your...
That's right.
Okay. That's good. That's good. And I like you. Let me tell you why. You and I, we're similar in that you're going to be doing your IT stuff, but she's going to be preparing the food. Okay? Mm-hmm. And we're on a seafood diet. Anytime we see food, we eat it.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right.
I like this. And let me ask this, right? You all are very astute students. Have you ever thought about going back into your primary school, like your alma maters and so forth, and do some mentoring?
Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah. Do you do that,
like
Mr. Brizan?
Mentoring.
Like go back and just do some pep talk with the students that are coming up?
I like the idea. I see myself doing it.
You see yourself doing it?
I always like visiting. When I visit, it's a nice experience to see where I was and those who are currently there right now.
Yeah.
And that whole process of going from...
Well, not just go and see where you were the classroom to see if it's painted differently.
No.
But it would be good. I mean, you all are young. And like I said, you've got depth. You understand? And it is often said nowadays that the youth are off track. There are so many distractions there that it's easy for them to get sidetracked. But with you and your level of focus and determination and knowing where you want to go and the path that you're taking to get there, it would be good to sort of do some mentorship with some of the, even from the primary school, because even from primary school, children get derailed.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's true.
So would you all consider that?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, as your chairman is here, it's something that you all should really get into, a sort of mentorship program. Why? Because children in the primary, the upper levels at the primary school and the secondary schools, they too can look at you and identify with you because you all are young together and saying, okay, if he is going to be an engineer, then maybe I can become an engineer too. Yeah. And I can become a cybersecurity specialist likewise. And I can be Chef Matador, they call it. Yeah.
Although I want to point out, given that we're talking about mentorship, and seeing that all this stuff is taking place tomorrow, April 16th, at times you see, then everyone's free to come in for Expo, for the exhibition, to see all our little projects and get inspired. For example, personally, when I went PBC, British Brothers College, and when I went there and I saw the projects, that's what really inspired me. So we can say that's a step towards a mentorship. We what we were doing, and we could from there, have a little conversation. Because I talked to someone, and she really inspired me to do what I'm doing today. So
wow, you could mention her name, and give her flowers before she goes.
If I can remember.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, we didn't mention the time. It's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
So during that period, you could come in. Anyone welcome to come.
And the exact locale of it, where exactly will it be?
TAMCC Canteen in the SAT area. The SAT area is basically, you can enter there from the big gate facing high school. So it'll be white, big. You can see it.
Okay.
And you can enter to there. So.
Okay. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud. What primary school did you go to?
St. Mary's.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Alpha.
St. Andrew's Roman Catholic. RC. Yeah.
That's up by the gas station up there.
Yeah,
went to 3.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Could we go into okay, so for example, we have building tech, which would be my department. We have the construction technology, and we have the trades and services. Construction technology deals with designs of architectural and civil like, and trades and services, we do things such as carpentry and welding and all the little hands-on construction processes. That's what they do. And for us, the construction technology students, our projects, the architectural projects deal with residential house, and civil projects deal with things such as parking, sidewalks for a building, and making sure you have that right layout and required spacing for any given building and all that. So all that's going to be displayed. And we have other things like, I want to mention the robotics, because TAMCC does have robotics.
Wow.
Yeah, and they do great. They took part in the First Global. First Global is an international scale thing. They went to Panama, a team of TAMCC students. If you go to TAMCC, you could take part in robotics, and they're going to display something like Arena, so you might want to be there. Yeah. And a bunch of other.
Well, after my rounds yesterday gathered information, I could say that my department has a lot of interesting projects. So we have a rescue boat developed by Josh from CST, Computer Systems and Technology. So the idea is, if somebody is drowning, the boat will go out and rescue them and so on. In addition to that, a group of my classmates, they're in a group together. They have a campus emergency alert system, and it has been built in a way that you can get it as an app on your phone.
Wow.
Yes. My group, me and another counterpart, we did a website. The website is a website and a game in the form of a website. And it's called Cyberware, right? The idea behind it is that since we are in the age of technology, there's an ever-growing need for protection. So the idea was to have a cybersecurity game, get towards persons not only young, but young and in age, as you said before. So in that game, we have something called Password Fortress and Phishing Detective. So it will teach you and tinkle your brain a little to see if you'll be phished easily. And even I was watching the news yesterday, I saw that Mr. Jarvis W was talking about there's a lot of phishing scams going on through so-called banks and so on. So I think this game will tie very good in helping persons to be more cyber aware.
Yeah, have you ever met Jarvis W?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, I'll make that happen. We talked together. We taught IT together. Hey, Jarvis, good morning. All right. Okay, so your end now.
Okay, so for international cuisine, we're featuring 9 countries this year. We have a Grenada boot. We have China, the Mediterranean. So when you come in, you will see the different booths, different countries. So you could purchase different food items from the different regions. So as I was saying, we have the Caribbean, we have China, Tex-Mex, including Texas and Mexico. We have India and lots of other little.
Well, I don't know which countries are branded by this. When I come there, I want white basmati rice and curry chicken. That's all.
We're going to visit India.
That's India.
All right. Okay, well, I want to wish you all the successes that can be had in your event tomorrow.
Thank you.
And futuristically, like I said, 20 years down the line, I want to be on my rocking chair and looking, and I will remember the faces. Teachers have the ability to remember faces well. We might not remember names because we would have taught so many students, so names might be a problem, but faces we will remember. As for you, every time I come to your restaurant, I am going to present a card saying I'm a VIP. You understand? Definitely. Any parting words? We sort of running out of time.
The theme is creative minds, powerful solutions. So I think I like the theme because it's important. We need creative minds to come with our powerful solutions to develop other islands.
Okay.
So we want everybody to remember that we have to pay. I know.
Yeah. How much is it?
So students, we have $3, and then for adults, we have $5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parting words, sir?
Right. Well, just want to mention, not forgetting the persons on the other side. We have mechanical. So they'll do with cars and so on. One person developed a motorcycle from scratch, so that will be very interesting to see. So we're inviting the general public to come down and see that. Yes, so I just hope that everyone is able to come down and see what the young minds have to produce.
Thank you very much. I wish you all the best in the future. And after the event, I expect you all to come back. Yeah, I'm challenging you as the chairman. Come back and tell me how successful it was and what you think can be done going forward for initiatives like this.
No problem.
All the best, not just for the event, but for your lives.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. Stick and stay with us. We've got to run. We've got to join the BBC. But that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.